It's hard to believe that we're coming up on the 35th anniversary of Walt Disney World in Orlando, Florida. I first went to Walt Disney World as a young father, taking my own children to see this beautiful, enchanted land. I was overwhelmed by the beauty of Cinderella's castle the first time I saw it. I've always enjoyed castles because of the sense of grandeur. They point heavenward, and of course this was really evident in the original castle created at the Disneyland Park in California. When Disney World was being envisioned, the attempt was made to create the same ambience and feel as the original castle, but to give it an extra added touch. In Cinderella's castle, I was given free rein by the Walt Disney Company to apply my artistic imagination to the setting. I was allowed to recreate the flowers and hedges as my imagination would envision them. I chose to paint Cinderella's castle at a time frame that would suggest it is just waking up to a new day, hence the title, A New Day at the Cinderella Castle. What a wonderful concept that the morning is dawning and this regal castle points heavenwards as the light begins to spill over the landscape. I put a very careful amount of detail into the clouds that set the stage for the mood, and I think the towering spires and the wonderful way the castle reaches heavenward is especially appropriate, because if you've ever been in Florida and see those wonderful towering cumulus clouds that seem always present above the landscape, the spires add a wonderful counterpoint to the beauty and drama of the sky. I think the wonderful sense of design is equaled by the way in which the setting is recreated. The use of the moat itself and the walkways, all the hardscape that sets the stage for the castle, is in effect like putting a beautiful gilded frame on a wonderful painted vision. I tried to really emphasize the foliage and the sense of a timeless spring. My paintings are sometimes said to be blended time frames. Oftentimes I will combine foliage that blooms at different times of the year into one painting, because after all, as an artist, I have that freedom to creatively mix and match colors to get the effect that I want. Of course, I couldn't resist the whimsical touches that I am known for. You know, you have this great tradition of the Disney cartoon icons, and I couldn't resist including the image of Tinker Bell as she floats on her magic pixie dust high above the castle. I love to put animals in paintings to give them a sense of presence and intimacy. The two deer coming down to the water's edge perhaps are reminiscent of Bambi. There is a walkway that is a dramatic approach to the castle. If you were there in the early morning before the crowds come, you might see a view very similar to this. Of course, there's been a lot of imagination applied to the light posts that decorate the walkway and to the walkway itself. I recreated it as a cobblestone path. This is not meant to be a specific moment in time. It is meant to be any moment when the imagination takes flight as an individual would come upon this vista. As the lights get dimmer, you have a sense that the glow of the castle is intensified. You have a real warmth to the color, and you begin to see that the subtle undertones that are evident in my midtones in the painting, the wonderful warm amber tones, begin to emerge more prominently. As you bring the lights up again, you begin to see the glow that suggests the sun is coming higher on the horizon, and we're seeing the color in all its radiance. A New Day at the Cinderella Castle, like all my paintings, is intended to create a sense of hopefulness and comfort in the imagination of the viewer. I hope this image is timeless in the sense that parents will savor it and bring it as a treasure into the home, and that children will grow up daydreaming about this castle as I did as a young child. The painting is a wonderful heirloom because there are so many people who have family memories associated with Walt Disney World. And my prayer for this painting is that it will bring joy into the future, into the next generation. I hope you enjoy A New Day at the Cinderella Castle.